This is a very strange Premier League season. It shouldn't really be like this at this stage. There should be some separations between like the different teams throughout the league, but everyone is so close to.
There's no one separated out, which means everyone's dropping points against everyone. This is a points grab month. You better grab those points. Wolves are shit. Like they've not won a single game all season. If we can't beat them at home, pack up your bags and go home.
That'd be so funny if you didn't get the win.
It's going to happen now.
That would be a catastrophe. That would be calamity. Right, boys. Right, boys.
What the f*** are you doing? You're A/B testing the words "right, boys." It's fair.
Right, boys. Right, shut up.
Just carry on now. It's better than natural.
Right, boys. Right, boys. In this video, we're going to be discussing the previews. Arsenal host Wolves. Chelsea are hosting Everton. Let's talk about Arsenal first. This, without doubt, my friend, is a 100% must-win game for Arsenal because Man City are breathing down your neck. They're only 2 points behind and maybe even potentially a bigger threat to your title charge is unsurprisingly, or maybe surprisingly, Aston Villa, who have won 11 out of their 10 games. They even trolled over you guys over the weekend. It was a very even match. I think they deserved to win it. Very end-to-end. It was the best game of the weekend. But that day belonged to Villa. And now, as I said, only 3 points behind. This is a must-win game. There's a lot of talk about Arsenal saying, especially from, pundits like Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, they cannot panic. City play Palace away. If they win and you draw or lose, they are ahead of you by the end of the week. Okay? What's your thoughts? How do you think this game is going to plan out? And before I pass it over to you, make sure you guys stay to the end because I've got a damning stat which will prove and show why Arsenal will not win the league this season. You're not going to want to miss this ridiculous stat which I've conjured up out of the back of my mind. Tell me your thoughts. You're hosting Wolves.
It sounds like you've conjured it out of your ass. But anyway, let's see.
It's conjured out somewhere, bro.
I'm actually intrigued now. You know what, Mark? I'm going to stay to the end of this video now. So, right. Aston Villa, by the way, have seemingly done the impossible and won 11 of their last 10 games. Anyway, okay.
It does sound impossible, doesn't it? That's crazy.
Look, City, you're right. City are breathing down our necks. Well, they're so close. I can actually smell Pep's stinky breath. But no need to panic, Arsenal fans. As I said the other day, we are coming off a loss which you and I predicted against a fantastic Villa side. Let's not take anything away from them. Unai Emery's doing a good job there, especially considering they lost their first 3 games. I think if you're going to ask for a game, what's the one game you'd ask for when you're coming off the back of a loss and your lead has been eaten into, and it's been eaten into by none other than Pep Guardiola and his Man City beasts? You're going to ask for Wolves at home. This should be a banker market. It should also be a game where we can rest players. Declan Rice needs a rest. I'm going to speak to you about that in the next podcast because I think it's super important. The amount of games that Declan is playing on our midfield in general. I think we'll be able to rest players. Wolves are just coming off an absolute another hammering to Man United. They lost at home 4-1 to a United team that flattered to deceive, that are not very good. I think this is the game we want. And this could be a game where we actually, instead of lose our lead at the top, increase our lead, Mark.
You're hoping.
Well,
you're hoping.
Do you know why I say that? Because City, before I kick it back to you, City have got Real Madrid midweek. So they go to the Bernabéu and then they travel back down to Crystal Palace. And I don't think City travel well to London. I think they travel well in general. They don't travel well to London. They've struggled at Spurs. They've struggled at Stamford Bridge. They haven't beaten us at the Emirates for a long time now. And Palace are flying, mate. There's reason there why I say that.
If you're going to put your money on it, though, bro, you're going to put your money that City are going to go to Crystal Palace and win the game. Am I right or not?
I think City will not beat Crystal Palace at Palace. Palace are flying, and I think they can get exposed. Listen, I know everyone's getting crazy about, City, they're on fire now. They've turned it on. Geezer. Leeds at home, Fulham away, which they struggled. Another London game where they shit 4 goals, and then they've beaten Sunderland at home. Palace is a real test mark. Oh, Palace 4th or 5th. Palace are above you. They're 4th.
All right, mate.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, Palace are a really good team.
They are a really good team.
It's possible.
I mean, yeah, the last game they won against, as you said, Fulham 2-1, and they beat Burnley away. So the last 2 games were away, and they've won. But let me tell you something, yeah. You're now coming up against a team which is widely regarded as the best team in club football at the moment. Playing Burnley, playing Fulham is very different. Now, I need to talk about this stat, which I mentioned, because it's going to lead nicely on to the main concern about why you guys really aren't going to win, or looks like it's not going to win. Since the beginning of last season, Arsenal have suffered 93 injuries. Okay. That is a crazy stat. Right now, you have Trossard out. You have your 3 back line defenders out. Gabby, Saliba, Mosquera. You've also got Havertz is out, right? At this moment in time, Arsenal, before all these injuries to their back line, were touted as having the most impenetrable defense. Right now, your injuries state otherwise. You can't go around at this moment in time saying that. And since the beginning of last season, the majority of injuries are hamstring injuries. This means, and is pointing towards, Arteta overloading and overworking his players. The guy thinks he's Jose Mourinho, but he's not. This is a crazy stat. And this season, it looks like you're picking up even more injuries pretty much every single game to vital first-team players. My question to you, yeah, on a serious note, is this Arteta's fault? How do you think that he's pushed his players too hard? Do you think, you've just mentioned it, the first thing you said, Deckers needs a rest. He's exhausted. He doesn't look exhausted, but he's human. He definitely needs a rest. But will Arteta rest him? Or will he continue to play his best players to ensure that you have maximum chance of taking all the points from every single game? Because it's worrying. You're not even halfway through the season. Is he pushing his players too hard?
No, look, you're right to bring it up. And Declan did actually look tired for once against Villa. I think he was struggling. I'll be honest. It is a concern, right? We're picking up a ton of injuries. Last season, we spent the whole season injured, right? Loads of injuries. And it seems to have carried on this season, but we've managed it better because we've got a deeper squad. But that doesn't take away from the fact that we are getting more and more injuries. Yeah, it's a bit of a concern. I do want to outline, though, Trossard is fit. He wasn't taken off because he was injured. It was just a straight direct swap with Martinelli to give us some extra legs and an outlet ball as well against Villa. But you are right. We are missing Gabriel. We are missing Mosquera. They're slightly longer-term injuries. Saliba's out currently, but we expect him to be back soon. But yes, this trend, if it continues from what you're pointing at, so you said that, 93 injuries from the start of last season? That's a hell of a lot.
Yep.
If that trend continues, I think we'll be in trouble. And is Arteta to blame?
What does he need to do to fix this? Arsenal fans want to know, because everyone is concerned.
Here's the counter. I mean, look, you can say Arteta's overplaying his players. Okay, fine. But then we can also look at some injuries and actually put it straight down to bad luck. So, for example, Odegaard got injured this season a couple of times. Just absolute clashes in the game. There's nothing you can really do about that. Same with Mosquera just landed awkwardly. Gabby got done on Brazil international duty, and Saliba got a knock in training. So none of those are hamstring injuries as such, which suggests that on top of maybe certain players getting overworked, there's also some bad luck there as well, which let's see when everyone does come back, if this trend continues. If it does, Arteta's got to be held accountable to an extent, because it's like, well, hold on, under your watch, why are players getting more and more, like, why are they getting so many injuries? But he's
managing the team.
Exactly, yeah. So, but these knocks, I want to see how it plays out, because I think we've been a little bit unlucky with injuries recently. That's not to take away from the fact that we have had a ton of injuries since the start of last season. It's too early for me to say right now, okay, well, Arteta's running them into the ground. But let's see if he rests Declan Rice, because if he doesn't against Wolves, why the hell have we bought Norgard? Why the hell have we bought, why have we got, backup? If you can't rest Declan Rice at home against Wolves, against a team that's not won a single game in the Premier League this season, then when can you rest? When can you rest him? Right? Got to rest him, Mark. Got to rest him.
Let's see. I think because of that trend, as I said right at the beginning of the video, I think that could be your downfall. It's good. It's okay. Everything's looked rosy. We liked his team selections. We liked his in-game management. I mean, it was a big turning point after the Newcastle game. But the longer that we go on, it's starting to look like, to me and to a lot of other people, that he is not managing his squad and his first team correctly. And I do believe these injuries it's such an important factor in regards to your title charge. If he doesn't manage a team properly, let the players rest properly, recover properly.
The caveat to that is we've had a ton of injuries since the start of the season, as you've already highlighted, and we've still only lost a couple of games and gone to some very, very tough places. I think this City team, who've also got injuries, are going to get tested now, because their midfield is a problem. No Rodri. Well, you can't rely on Rodri at the moment. Kovacic is down as well. And so they're a bit bare. Let's see how Palace test them on Saturday or Sunday.
But look, there's still a little bit of a context to it. Everyone says that Arsenal are the most consistent team in the league. Everyone says that City are the most inconsistent team in the league.
Well,
they're only 2 points behind you. Well, yeah, they do. They have been up and down. The only thing which I would say, you've said it last time, is you've had harder games to play so far. And I'll give that to you. But 2 points away, Arsenal have to win this game. Before we talk about Chelsea, I need two things from you. What's your back line looking? I don't care about your goalkeeper. That's Raya. You're Mikel Arteta. Who are you going to put? What's your perfect back line, considering you need to rest players, considering also you need to 100% win the game?
Look, I think that back line beats Wolves, the one that played against Villa. Ben White, Jurien Timber, Hincapié and Calafiori. I don't need to change too much, because I don't. And
would
no
you
disrespect
have Ben
to
White?
Wolves. Yeah.
Would you have Ben White in the middle?
No.
Or on the right?
On the right. He's brilliant. He's just come in and look, people talk about, Cole Palmer needs time to get back into fitness. And he does. He's been out injured and whatever. Ben White's been in the wilderness for so long. It looks like he hasn't even missed a game. He hasn't missed a beat. I'd keep him out on the right. He's been brilliant at right back. Good link-up play with Saka and Odegaard. It would only improve the more they play together. And you can have Timber in the middle, or if Saliba's back fit, you put Saliba in there, you protect him. And I think we'll have most of the ball against Wolves. Wolves are shit. Like they've not won a single game all season. If we can't beat them at home, pack up your bags and go home.
That'd be jokes. That'd be so funny if you didn't get the win or you lost.
Now,
that would be a catastrophe. That would be calamity. Score prediction super quickly.
3-0.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll say 2-0. Fair enough. Right, moving on.
Yep.
Chelsea hosting Everton this Saturday, 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Everton have won their last 2 games one of them was against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, they beat Bournemouth away as well.
That's right. So they're coming into this game with a little bit of form, but they are travelling to the Bridge. Cole Palmer has been rested for the game against Atalanta. He hasn't even taken part in training. And that's because I think that's a good thing, because they're starting to prioritise his fitness and prioritise the game on the weekend against Everton. Because for Chelsea as well, it's not about trying to win for the league. It's trying to win to make sure we actually get top 4 for Champions League the season after. How do you think this is going to go?
More drop points for Chelsea. More drop
You
points
prick.
for Chelsea. No, I'm not. I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. Here's why I say more drop points for Chelsea. Everton's last few games, they went away to Sunderland, got a point. They then beat Fulham at home. They then go away to Man United with 10 men and get the win, which was very impressive. They get battered at home by Newcastle 4-1. They then go away to Bournemouth and get another win away from home. And then they beat Forest as well. They haven't conceded a goal since that Newcastle game. They're starting to travel better than they are at home. This is a very organised Everton side, man, against a Chelsea side that's just stuttering at the moment, scoring 2 goals in 3 games. Really, really struggling at Bournemouth, look very lacklustre, disjointed. Maresca's got a few questions to answer. And Everton, by contrast, look very settled. They look very good under Moyes. They look very organised. And he's, they get, the Bournemouth win wasn't a fluke. They went down to 10 men against United and it was 0-0. They won the game 1-0 and there were good value for it as well, Geese. I honestly think this is a horrible game. And Everton actually right now, they look more dangerous on the road than they do at home. I think more drop points for Chelsea. I think timing plays a part. I think you're catching them at a bad time, but rather they're catching you at a good time. It's a good time to play Chelsea, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the results don't lie. And everything that you said there does. It totally makes sense. I consider Everton, no disrespect to Evertonians, I consider them one of the lesser teams. And as we've always said, well, I have always said, is that when Chelsea play these types of teams, especially when they come to the bridge, there's more emphasis on them, setting up a low block. What's David Moyes known for? He's known for his defensive record, his defensive capabilities. He defends first, then attacks. That's why, look at his results, they're so strong. If I'm going to be honest, now that, especially after you said all of that, yeah, I'm not too confident. I think that it's going to be a 0-0 draw. I think that when Chelsea plays these types of teams, there's no energy, there's no directness, there's no intensity. They just don't look like they're up for it when they play these types of games, even though, last week against Bournemouth, Arsenal dropped points. And we said it before. They should have come out there. We have to win this. We win this. We're only 6 points. But it just felt like they didn't even look at the score. No motivation. Now, I don't have much faith in Chelsea against these types of teams, even though we're at home.
Yeah, and I think you're right not to be honest with you. When you really break it down yet, Mark, if this game kicks off and half an hour in, you haven't created any chances and it's still 0-0, the crowd starts getting a bit more frustrated, bearing in fact that you've scored 2 goals across 3 games before that. Once the crowd get on top of you, it's going to potentially play into Moyes and Everton's hands. And they're bloody organised, mate. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a very, very tough game. Just before I kick it back to you, they're 1 point behind you in the Premier League table. They're on a really good run. They've won 4 of their last 5. They're 1 point behind you. I can't believe that.
Yes.
That's actually mad. I know it's early in the season, but that's still mad. Considering it's Everton, they're on a good run.
But if you have a look at most of the teams in the positions, like we could drop to like 9th, 10th in 1 week.
Well, United drew level with you yesterday. Yeah.
But do you understand? Like this is a very strange Premier League season. It shouldn't really be like this at this stage. There should be some separations between like the different teams throughout the league. But everyone is so close to each other.
You're so right, actually, and you're great. You're very good to bring this up because you look at 4th to where Palace are to 14th. There's 7 points. It's nothing.
That's crazy.
You're level with United. You're only 2 points above Liverpool. Liverpool. Wow.
That is freaking crazy because it just seems like they're losing and drawing every single one of their games.
Liverpool's last 5 games, they've lost 2, drawn 2, won 1, and they're still only 2 points behind you. They've lost 6 games this season out of their 15, Liverpool, in the Premier League. Goal difference of 0, and yet they're only 2 points behind you. Yeah, you're right. It's mad. No, there's no one separating out, which means everyone's dropping points against everyone. This is a points grab month. You better grab those points. What's your prediction, Mark?
0-0.
You're sticking with 0-0.
Or 1-1. I rate David Moyes. West Ham, he was fantastic. Before that, when he had that massive stint, his first stint at Everton, he was fantastic. Well and truly, I think they should have even given him a little bit more time, Manchester United. But he is a fantastic manager. I am not that confident. What do you think? What's your score prediction?
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I think you'll drop points. I think it's more drop points. Chelsea, I'm going to go for 1-1. I don't know.
It's just so deflating.
I'm only going 1-1 because I can't see another 0-0 being played out because there's enough talent on the pitch, and Everton still have their moments as well where they can nick a goal. So, yeah, I think, we'll go 1-1. But I don't think it's looking good. I want to know the comments, though, Mark. I want people to comment and tell us what is going on, because I've received a ton of stick, so have you, from Chelsea fans for several different reasons. And now I'm seeing Chelsea fans tailor off after these last 3 games. You know, I had Chelsea fans blowing me up. Oh, yeah, we smashed you. We battered you 1-1. Yeah, it was great if you're going to celebrate going from 2nd to 3rd. But anyway, I don't understand now. I want to know where Chelsea fans are and where they see the lay of the land, because Maresca is just, I think he's still going in the wrong direction, actually, for me. I think he's actually less clued up now than when he was against us. I think he's less sure of his first 11. He's less sure of what to do against Everton. All could play nicely into Moyes' hand, because David Moyes, mate, he's a Premier League legend.
He is a Premier League legend. Look, let's leave it at that, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think it's going to be a routine win for Arsenal against Wolves? I think everyone is saying that it is, but you never know with Arsenal's injuries. And do you think that Chelsea are going to pick up the win at home at Everton? My guy and I don't. For all the reason that we've said, it's just been a very deflating season for Chelsea. We had a nice little run, but 4 wins out of 5. That great. I think it was a great performance against Arsenal, especially because we were down to 10 men. But ever since then, we haven't won anything. It's concerning. Let us know in the comments down below, guys. And we're all looking forward to this weekend's games. And see our next video. Click this video right here. We'll see you lot in there. Thank you so much.